Remember back in September when Joe Biden and Kamala Harris condemned those evil Border Patrol agents for whipping Haitian migrants trying to illegally cross the border?
Human beings should not be treated that way, and as we all know, it also evoked images of some of the worst moments of our history where that kind of behavior has been used against the indigenous people of our country, has been used against African Americans during times of slavery.
It was horrible what to see, as you saw. To see people treated like they did, horses barely running them over, people being strapped, it's outrageous. I promise you those people will pay.
Well, here's the problem. They didn't whip anybody. They weren't even holding whips. Those are reins for horses. Even the guy that took the pictures and shot the tape confirmed it. The agents were cleared of criminal charges, but Joe Biden said he'd make them pay. So that's exactly what he's doing. Not only did he publicly smear the agents and take away their horses, he's sicking his bureaucratic goons on them now. Fox has learned the Department of Homeland Security is preparing to discipline those agents with administrative violations. It's possible they could lose their jobs, even though they were cleared of any criminal wrongdoing. Border Patrol agents are overwhelmed and morale is horrifically low. This fight between the Border Patrol chief and rank-and-file agents happened back in January. Watch.
Morale's at an all-time low. I do think that we're losing way too many agents.
I say the same thing, but it seems like the policy's not.
But then you keep releasing criminal agents in the country.
You're getting bogged down in the policies and the politics.
You can't say illegal alien. Good men are doing nothing. You're allowing illegal aliens to be dropped off in communities.
You are doing something.
No, sir, we're not. Under this
Criminal
administration,
aliens
for the
off the
last
streets
year,
every
we've got the
day.
highest fentanyl death in the history of our country. In 1 year.
How many have we not catch because we're focusing on these families?
I don't know.
And that's the problem.
And we're working on it.
Where's the results? We don't have results.
And since then, the situation has only gotten worse. This year, nearly 800,000 illegal aliens have crossed the border. And we don't even have the numbers for May yet. And we don't have the numbers for the gotaways. But don't ask DHS Chief Mayorkas about the numbers because he has no idea.
You told another senator you don't know how many gotaways there have been?
I will have to circle back, Senator, with that information.
How many illegal aliens have died crossing illegally into the United States under Joe Biden's administration?
I don't have that data.
The Donna facility, how many children have been there?
That is a soft-sided facility. It is not a...
Okay, are you going to answer the question, how many children have been in that facility?
I will have to circle back with you with the precise number.
They have no idea what's going on down there. Joe, the whole team, they're out of touch, especially with Hispanics. Joe and all these white liberals think Latinos want open borders and hate Border Patrol agents. But that could not be further from the truth. A Quinnipiac poll released last week shows only 24% of Hispanic voters approve of Joe's performance. That's absolutely dreadful. Joe's destroyed the economy, so now the tide is turning towards Republicans. In Texas's heavily Hispanic 34th congressional district, Republican Mayra Flores just flipped a Democrat House seat. It is the first Republican win there in over, you ready, 150 years. If Democrats don't have Hispanics on their side, their entire coalition goes poof. Adam Laxalt is a Nevada senatorial candidate and the former Nevada Attorney General. First of all, Adam, am I saying Nevada correctly? I screw it up all the time.
I'm sorry to report, Jesse, you're not saying it correctly. It's Nevada.
Nevada, I knew it. I knew it. That was a test, by the way. So, Adam, and I should call you Senator because we believe at Primetime you will beat your opponent and be a member of the U.S. Senate, as we hope and we expect. When you see Joe Biden take out these Border Patrol agents and put them on desk duty and potentially get them fired from their job based off of a hoax, what do you think is going on at this White House?
It is absolutely despicable that they would do this. We all know we have an open border, and I can tell you in Nevada, it's one of our top issues. People cannot believe this administration is doing such a terrible job. Senator Masto, my opponent, has one of the worst open border records in the U.S. Senate. But for them to demonize this law enforcement that is simply trying to uphold the Constitution, do their federal duty, and for Biden to stick with this hoax is just absolutely despicable. And I can tell you this is exactly what voters are fed up with. These kinds of lies, catering to the base, refusing to acknowledge any reality, and most importantly, not just doing the basic duty of supporting our law enforcement.
I mean, of course, Kamala fell for the hoax. She fell for Jussie Smollett, but Biden should be smarter than this. He's been around the block. It just boggles my mind how he could. These people work for Joe Biden. Well, they work for us. But I mean, you know, Joe Biden's in charge, and you could hear the kind of the depressed vibe in their voices while they're saying, listen, people are dying from fentanyl. You know, we're not doing anything. Morale is like, it's in the toilet right now. What can the Republican Party do specifically to change that if they take power back after November?
Well, yeah, let me first say that when he made that comment about strapping, it was way clear by then, and he knew that he was making a false statement. That's what's just so disgusting about it. That's a commander-in-chief. That's the chief executive. For any other CEO would get fired for something like that, right? Targeting your employees on a falsehood. But the reality is that the Culinary Union, which is the main union for the Democrats here, CNN just did a big thing on them. They've been knocking Democrat Hispanic doors. And this one guy answered the door, and they said, are you going to vote for a Democrat? And he said no. And they said, do you mind telling us what's wrong? And he said, I'd have to invite you in for that one. That's what's going on in this state. That is what's going on. We're second in gas. We're second in inflation. We have all-time high human trafficking. We have fentanyl overdoses. And these guys continue to perpetrate lie after lie rather than do an about-face, actually support law enforcement. I mean, how hard is that to give them the tools they need to keep our border safe?
All right, Adam, running for Senate in Nevada. Right? In Nevada.
Nevada.
All right. Good luck. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.